Let me ask you one more pragmatic question, because I often feel my job. Maybe this is I'm paying homage to my father, who's unfortunately passed. But my father was a senior executive, was very, very bright, very, very ambitious, very, very driven. But I always loved him for his very pragmatic questions. So I always have the feeling that I think part of my job is to kind of channel those board members who only have a certain attention span for stuff and don't want to get into all the details. They want to dabble a little bit. They want to hear. But at the end of the day, they want to say, okay, enough talk. What are we going to do about it? I wouldn't want to exclude small companies, but let's just say, let's focus on mid to large that might have the budget and the structure to support it. If I'm a board member, if I'm a CEO, a CTO, a CIO, who needs to be who needs to be in the driver's seat when it comes to AI? Do I need to hire somebody? Do I give it to my CIO? Who needs to?
Yeah, personally, if I had full power over that choice, I would love a panel.
So a panel
of advisors that include
external or internal.
I would sort of say a mixture of both. That I know that some of those larger companies have got, incredible sort of subject matter experts that exist within the organization who have depths of different expertise. I also think that what I would love would be to make sure that there may be some validated vendor affiliations that would be of useful, but validated vendor affiliations or software, companies that basically we understand their funding sources and any potential conflicts of interest. So the choice of like the expert at the moment is I would think that the best way to cover and provide good guidance is to have a panel of different voices, including the sort of end user perspective, the technologist perspective, an ethical perspective, and also just the perspective of someone who's pragmatic from the change management journey as well. So it is
so
it is like a little panel.
You're kind of advocating what I call the multi-dimensionality of matrix organizations. I think for anybody who's ever, when they did their PMP, they remember matrix organization. And they always think that a matrix organization is two-dimensional. You have the functional line organization with vertical and horizontal distribution of responsibility, and then only the project management organization works across, which is hogwash because you have change organizations. Okay, so you have operational excellence. You have CSR, which is also a cross-functional topic, and I would agree with you. I think that AI, if you're gonna maximize the possibility of it, I like your approach of having internal, external, kind of using similar framework to what already exists. Maybe having a steering committee kind of concept.
Like it's an extension, Mark, of like a lot of large corporations have groups in Australia. We call them like risk and audit committees, which may have an independent director as part of those. And for me, it would be like essentially an extension of a group like that, because artificial intelligence as part of our operating models brings new risks that are still untested in a lot of circumstances. So what if the scenario is that we've got an AI solution that makes a choice about someone, receiving a service or not, and then that person is told no, but it's actually incorrect, and then that person, has a negative reaction in some regards, either, and there's been case studies of this nature where people blame the staff member. I think this happened in the UK around postal workers, saying, postal workers were bad, and people actually lost their homes and livelihood. But it then ended up being determined that it wasn't the postal person making the decision. It was a wrong code within a piece of software. So I just want to make sure that you've got from a risk lens and
I definitely that's our last topic that we're not going to jump across. We need to look at the dangers and the opportunities. But that's great pragmatic feedback for executives listening to this podcast. And we can shamelessly plug here. That's one of your core businesses, isn't it?
Yeah, it is certainly one of my
so
roles.
If for anybody who says, I like this Dr. Farrow woman, can I book her? You might have to
certainly
work
can.
across time zones,
That
but
is
you
fine.
travel, right?
Yeah, I travel all the time, and one of the pragmatic voice that I bring, people enjoy, and also the ability to sort of match. It's more than just a profit. It's a true definition of benefits management, which is more than just a financial sort of economic lens. It's also that bringing in a broader societal and human and almost ecological lens at times as well to the decision-making process.
Is there
or at least being a coach in the process?
Yeah. Is there some kind of professional association or society for AI that one can become a member of or link into, or is that too early for that?
No, there are a variety of different associations, but they connect more to the domains of the programmers and the coders.
Yeah. So it's more IT based.
International sort of electrical engineers, and they'll have disciplines and streams around artificial intelligence. But I think it's something that especially project managers and change managers and business analysts need to have a bit of an understanding of, which is why, from my perspective, we don't just be a blind robot implementing a new system. Ask some of these deeper questions in the forming up of the business case.
Yeah. I'm all pumped about the topics. I have a total positive mindset. I'm almost